What's up, guys? Complete wall cover gasket change, the grommet inside the bore of the spark plugs. I'm going to show you guys a complete job. So I'm going to show you the part numbers as well. Customer say he keeps getting oil in spark number 1. He changed the valve cover gasket before, but we got a whole bunch of bolts here. You cannot tighten none of these bolts with impact once you're completed, okay? Everything got to be by hand. So this cover here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. The whole thing just lifts up with the bolts just like that. And before I make a mess and spill them all over, let me just put it down. So let's make this job very simple, okay? So as you can see, there's oil here, and that's due to somebody's making this mess here. And it's not that he keeps getting oil into his spark plugs. Anyways, there's we're gonna inspect, check, and we're gonna be replacing the spark plugs. But don't do both jobs at the same time. Do one at a time because you don't want to drop nothing inside the cylinders. So take yourself and take it easy. So the 4 bolts come out, and then we should be able to maneuver these. So what you want to do is squeeze the connectors here. These connectors will come off, and all 4 coils, and the last one is probably going to give me trouble. So you can also lift it up and do that. Squeeze and they all come out. It's okay to mix and match. Doesn't matter. If you want to keep them in order, that's fine, unless you have a misfire and you're fixing a misfire. So I just kept them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all up to you. But I really don't care about none of that stuff. And this stuff is brittle, so take it easy. Just lift it up. And we're also going to take off this little guy. That's going to eliminate this oxygen sensor from hanging around here. We're going to put that bolt away. Anytime you do spark plugs, be careful you don't drop any of the bolts, but those are pretty far. And this little lid here, all you have to do is yank this lid up, and this is held in by these grommets, and this baby simply just comes out just like that. So right in here we got a few more things to do, okay? A few more things, okay? So what I want to do is I want to eliminate this harness from bothering us. So what I want to do next is there's a line back here. So somebody did work on it. They broke a lot of the stuff back here, leading to these connectors. So somebody was working on it. There's a vacuum line back here that we can't see, but you should be able to see, or you should be able to put your needle nose on it and remove that. So I'm going to show you that once that's off, because it's kind of tough to see. Anyways, one more thing I want to do here is this whole harness should be able to lift up. We should be able to put the valve gasket in it just like that. But what I want to do is I want to remove this. To remove this, all you do is squeeze the back end of it. But usually it will get hard, and over time it won't just come out that easy. So what I like to do here is I like to use my tool here, and I like to just pull it out just like that. It just bends out. That's how that baby works. So it gives us a little bit of flexibility here. And what we want to do is you also want to take this out from right here. So to get this off, all you have to do is yank this harness a little bit over this way, and it will come out just like that. And you can see that that's what we're looking at right down there, right back there, that clamp. Remove that pipe, and it should make your job easy, okay? So what I want to do is I want to remove all the bolts, and I'm going to remove this clamp here, get this pipe out of the way, and the whole cover should just lift up. So first thing first, let me get this guy off. And this is a crappy little needle nose, the plier that I have. But what I want to do is I want to get this pipe off and that off, and then you will see, just pull it off. There's no pressure, no nothing in there. Okay, so you also gotta have to take out this little guy right here. And the pipe is off, as you can see right here. So when you're installing this new valve cover, the whole cover, you want to make sure this doesn't get pinched in there, because it'll come back and just sit in there. Also got this pipe off, and I just stuck it right there. So all we got now left is a whole bunch of bolts. So what I like to do is I like to start from the back. So from back here, I should be able to, there's one back over here. So guys, you're going to have to bear with me here. Okay, so there's bolts back here. All the bolts gotta come off. They're all around. Okay, we can just see them from right here. So what I like to do is I like to take them off And then don't worry, they're all the same size, so there's no mixing and matching. And if you don't want to keep them in order, just keep them in order. I'll just put them right here, just like that. Anyways, I need to switch up my socket here to get this guy off. Or, you know what? I can get it from right here, right now. It's just that I need both of my hands right now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do that off with the camera. Okay, so that baby comes off right back there. Here you go. And I'm gonna put this back here too. So I'm gonna get them all off. So the only one I'm gonna have left behind is the one in that corner over there. And we don't have nothing else here. So the next one here is this little guy. So this guy has to go back into the same spot because this will hooks onto this little cover here. So I'll put this to the side. And we got a few more bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then the one back there. So once I have everything off, I will restart the job. And tightening this, no power tools. And these things are only about like 7 foot-pounds. So find out the torque specs if you need the torque specs. Anyway, I'll put these here. Woo! So let me get that one last bolt off and then we'll continue. And we'll just remove this whole thing together. Okay, I got that last bolt off from this corner right here. From right there. I just had to put another extension that has a little wobble to it. I just don't like to stretch any of the harness. So if you want to make a little job easy, you can disconnect all this. Make sure you don't ground short circuit this. You will blow the fuse. But no need to do none of that stuff because I've done this so many times. So this valve cover is ready to come out. Just take your time and go easy on it. And this harness is gonna bother you. And what we're gonna do is, so I am gonna probably remove this little guy right here. Make myself a little bit more space. A little bit more freeness to it. Just disconnect this also and we'll leave this one alone. And if you don't want to go all, like I said, if you want to, you know what? Let me go all the way today, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this alternator here. We're going to remove this also. You shouldn't have to do all this, but since I got my camera and I don't want to stretch any of these cables, and let's disconnect that AC compressor as well. And what I want to do is I'm gonna have to take this off, but to take this off, you cannot let this thing touch anything, meaning because it's live power straight from the batteries here. So it's a 12 millimeter. So I'm gonna loosen that up. We're gonna get ourselves. So everything is out already so far, and I don't know if my camera was recording. I hate these. Okay, I'm gonna take this off, but I don't want to break the alternator. So let me take it easy. Let me go get something for my tool there. So pretty much, like I said, for my camera wasn't recording. We took out the AC compressor connector from right there. We took off this. We took off this little guy from right here. And we want to remove this also. That's wicked. That's wicked. Anyways, this should have been come off, but I don't know. I'm going to have to probably put more power to it. Let me take that off and we'll continue. Okay, that bolt is a disaster. I'm not even going to mess with that. I put so much force onto it. But I don't want to keep spinning that thing. It will break. So what I want to do here is I'm going to have to work some magic here. Get this baby out somehow, some way. Usually that will make your life much, much easier. Much, much easier. But nothing else we can do. Oh, God. This is not how I wanted the job to turn out to be. I wanted it to be nice and smooth. I wanted this job to be nice and smooth. Okay, so this gotta come off. It's gotta come off, okay? I don't know. Dealer did this shit last. And they tightened the shit out of that bolt. Okay, guys, I was able to loosen this, but I had to use a freaking 4 foot long freaking ratchet. So once this is out, what I like to do here is you can use a bag or something. Just put this over it. It cannot touch anywhere right now. It cannot touch nothing, okay? It can just sit there and but it cannot touch anything metal to metal, okay? So very simple. And let's see how simple it is for us to take out this valve cover now. since that thing is out of the way, check this out. This thing should just lift up. Come on, little guy. There you go. The whole thing just comes right off. So let's take this onto our bench and do the magic work. So we're gonna take this to the bench. You want to clean this whole thing all around, okay? You put a dab of small amount of Honda Bond or silicone here, there in each corner, okay? Like right where you see the joint, because that's what creates a seal there. Anyways, we're gonna be main point. Our focus is changing these grommets out. Shouldn't be a hard job. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna work right over here. We're gonna put a box and work on the box. But right now, let me gently put this on the floor for now. Okay, so first, let's remove this seal. This is freaking garbage. This freaking is garbage. Next, we got some parts here. So destroy the part number here. There you go. 12030, 5 Apple, 2 Apple, 01. That's for these grommets, okay? It's gonna be 4 of them in there. It's gonna come with little packages like this. Okay, it's gonna come with, they're all the same thing, okay? They're all the same thing. Do one at a time. They all look the same, and put them one at a time, and they're sit just like that. So this one will sit like that. So we'll do one at a time. It does not come with new bolts. It does have a little seals that sits behind underneath that. So we're gonna do one at a time. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, so just to show you one and do the same thing for all of them. So we're gonna work on this little guy right here. So there's 2 screws, 1 and 2. Okay, hold on. I think that's not the perfect size, so let me grab another size socket. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, this is the correct size here. This is T20. So pretty much, okay, these things are not gonna be so easy to take off. Sometimes they will get stripped. So that one, I'm gonna have to work some magic on it. So I'm gonna show you another one, because I'm gonna have to put some grip on that. And so once I do this, this will fall, the bottom piece will fall down. And notice there's a seal here, okay? The seal, this is like a small little O-ring. It goes on the top. There's 2 of them that's gonna go there. So what you wanna do here is, you see this? 2 bolts come off. Save the screws, because you're gonna reuse the screws. O-ring gotta come off. So I want to get a small rag. I'll be right back. Okay, so I want to clean the surface where that little O-ring is going to sit on each one of them. This one I'm going to have to bust my ass a little bit, but that's fine. You see that piece has fallen down? There you go. That's what we're changing. So I'm going to change them all, okay? But I'm going to only show you 1 or 2. But anyways, in here, in this package, you're going to have 3 pieces. Okay. These are the 3 pieces, okay? So how this goes, it only goes one way. You can't go wrong, okay? If you try to put it the wrong way, it just won't fit. So this thing is only going to sit one way, okay? So once this is on, you're going to probably have to put your hand underneath, just like this. It's just a mess, okay? The design, okay? So what we're gonna do here is, we're gonna, instead of that, let's do this. Let's take these little seals. Let's prep our little O-rings here. 1 and 2. Okay, so what I want to do here is, you're gonna put your hand gently there, and you're gonna grab this little guy right from back here. It is gonna be a little bit of mission, but make sure you catch the threads. And once you catch the threads on one, the other one should be a piece of cake. You see it's moving? The other one should be a piece of cake. So I want to catch the threads on the other one. So this one over here, I had the wrong size socket, but I think I'm gonna use a vice grip. I'm gonna get that baby out of there, no worries. So it's gonna probably take me a good 40 minutes to prep this whole thing, but that's how you're gonna do it, okay? Now, you're gonna do the same thing for all 4 of the grommets. Anyways, I'm gonna take off my socket. I'm gonna go get a tool. Okay, here comes my tool. So whenever I do this job, to reverse procedure, you don't want to use power tools. So all I want to do here is, I'm going to just snug these guys. Simply and easily. They're going to line themselves, so you don't need to worry about nothing. Make sure the surface is clean up here. And in the bottom is just oily. You could clean off the surface. It's all up to you. But here goes nothing. 1 and 2. Okay, if you want to tighten a little bit more, it's all up to you. I always go by hand. And if you want to pick up new bolts, I would suggest you pick up the new bolts. They won't sell it to you, but get yourself new bolts because they do go get rusted over time. So if you got more than like 150,000 miles on it, most of these nuts, these little bolts are going to be rusted out. So let me do the same thing for all of them, and then we will come back and finish out the job. So bear with me, guys. Okay, I want to mention one thing. So if your bolts are rusted, you can't get them out. You see how I grabbed this one up? Come on. I need myself a workstation. You see how I grabbed this with the vice grip? You're going to end up doing that. So once you do that, it should come off easy. So this one kind of got stripped on me because the wrong size socket, but that's fine. As long as I finish up the job. Got all of them. You see, got them all of these out. Only one is left. I got all the grommets out. And this is the only one that's left. And I'm going to finish up this job. Okay, come on, little guy. So again, the seal can stay behind like that. So just make sure you take off that seal. Save your bolt. And all I need to do is get this last one out of here. And after that, it's going to be a lot of cleaning. So make sure you clean. Like I told you guys, I do have another video on crazy shit like this. So there's your last grommet. Get myself a rag. Lift up this baby. Let's get that little O-ring out of here. This one's easy to work because I can put my hand underneath. So I'm going to save this little guy. So like I said, to clean the surface where the bolt is going to sit in the bottom, just clean the area out. It's fine. And wow. Yeah. There you go. 3 pieces in here. That's what we're going to have. And what I want to do is, I don't need to pour oil or nothing like that. And there's no top and bottom on these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it right there. So you can put it in any direction you like. There's no, like I said, there's no top or bottom. And just make sure they sit flush. So what I want to do here is, okay, so I'm going to hold this from the bottom like that. And I'm going to take my tool here so I can turn the thing. It still got a grip for me to turn it with the tool. So that's one thing. I still have luck on. So once this one side grabs, the other side you can move around and align. And let's just turn this baby. Okay. He doesn't want to turn by hand, but the tool. So we'll do. Okay, now to tighten this up, you're gonna have to probably use your vice grip, because like I said, it's probably not gonna. You don't want to leave it loose. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use my tool on one side, and the other side I'm gonna snug it with the vice grip. But get yourself new bolts. That's fine, and you can even change one of these at a time, okay? If with the car, everything installed on the car, just take one apart and take one bolt off, put it on, take the other one. After one tight, do the other one, because one is going to assist you to hold it in. And so what I want to do here right now is I want to lock this up nice and snug so it doesn't come loose on me and it doesn't leak any vacuum or anything like that. Because over time, these things are going to make your vacuum leak, because these seals, when they fail, definitely. That's another flaw. It's a lot of technology. And there you go. One last snug. And I'm happy with that. All right, so what we need to do here is, we still got a few things to do. So what you want to do is, I am going to go clean that surface off. But over here, you want to clean this whole surface all around. So we can put our new gasket all around. Okay, our grommets are firm. So we do have this little seal right in the center here, which, okay, the customer told me they changed this wall gasket, but no, this thing just broke on me. It's brittle. So I'm going to go get a pick. Okay, so right in the center, where did it go? I had a piece down here. I think I left it behind. Right in the center here. It's all gonna come in a kit for you. Right in the center, you have this little triangle looking thing right here. Some of these cars have dipstick right on top of this, so that's where that goes. This is brittle, okay? Look at this. This thing's so hard, so this gasket was never changed. This guy, you can only put one way and make sure it stays there stable. It doesn't fall off. And what I want to do now is I'm going to go clean the surface off the car. But before that, let's take our seal here. Okay, you don't want to stretch this seal, so just take it easy. And we're going to have to find the routing of it. So one side is like a crazy looking. Okay, you see this side? Yep, this goes down here just like that. So you only could put this baby one way, okay? One way. It cannot go, it's not gonna go any other way. Probably just won't fit. So I'm gonna get this guy on, and I am gonna go on to the vehicle. I'm gonna clean everything off, and simply you're gonna just smack this whole valve cover gasket right on top. Just do it gently, you don't drop. I don't mean like literally smack it, but okay, so I think I got it the wrong way. Did I get it the wrong way? Okay, we do need to, no, it looks good. It looks right now, it's good, it's good. I thought it was off, but this looks good. Perfect. This gasket is perfect. It's original stuff, so it's gonna direct fit. You could buy this kit, the whole thing, for like $80 from the dealer. It will come with everything. I'm just not sure. The customer bought this stuff, so I'm not sure if he bought everything together, because you can't just buy this piece separate and this separate. So, but buy everything, even the bolts. Do the bolts if you got more than 90,000 miles on the vehicle. Anyways, I'm gonna let this sit here. I'm gonna go clean the engine side, and then we'll just take this onto the car. I know my lighting is shitty here, but it's all good. So what I want to do here is I want to take this and make sure your seal sits firm here. All the seals are good and everything is good. So gently, we're gonna flip this guy because it goes in that direction. So I like to put my hands here and slowly just take this guy. And if you mess up, just come back around, take a look at your seal. It should be nice and straight. Everything should be right where it's supposed to be sitting at. And everything should just fall right to its place. You can even, like I'm touching right now, I'm feeling the seal to see if it's straight. And it's good, it's looking good. And all I need to do is go into these grommets, the bore, and perfect. So my seal has sat in flush. So all you need to do now is put all the bolts in, make sure everything is hand tight, and you're not tightening anything with any of your power tools. Okay, so I'm gonna put all the bolts in. We're pretty much done, and I will show you once it's all finished, and I'll put everything back together. The vacuum lines is definitely okay. So we're all done and set here. And if you guys got any question, don't hesitate to send me a message. So make sure you put that vacuum line. I'll show you overall review once we're done. Okay, so pretty much I'm done here. I got the plugs in. Make sure your plugs are nice and tight. Make sure the tip is not blocked up. Everything is tight. Okay, so we're pretty much done. Once you're done, let the car run for a little while. Make sure there's no leak seeping around anywhere. No leak of oil anywhere in the back. So just make sure you double check everything. And make sure your connectors, your tubings, your piping. Pipe is in, the vacuum line in the back is in. Spark plugs are in, coils are in. Originally when I was recording, my battery died, so I had to put everything back together. Make sure this is tight, make sure this connector's in, make sure the AC compressor's in. Line is snapped in. Some of the connectors back there is broken, but oxygen sensor bolts are in. Everything is nice and tight to go. I did do all the work on everything. There's no leaks, so make sure you check for leaks, anything like that if you did everything. But anyway, thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.